Hello everyone. I just thought that I would give a review of the display case that I got for my wrestling belts. I've seen plenty of people do reviews for theirs on YouTube, and I decided to take a different approach. So I'm going to tell you the cabinet that I went with and how I built it, about how long it took, and about the cost and everything. I'm going to try to keep this video short. Okay, so here we go. So this is the Ikea Milsbo cabinet from Ikea, obviously. The cabinet itself is a metal frame and it has glass panels all around. And let me turn the light on so you guys can get a better look at the inside here. Alexa, turn on the display case. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the lights in a second, but I have all the other lights off in my room, so that way it's not glaring off of this and it's too hard to see. So first up top, I'm going to show you, this is a thank you taker urn that I got from WrestleMania Access one year. Unfortunately, it's not like an actual urn that you can unscrew and put stuff in, and unfortunately it's just solid. And this is a cardboard coffin with velvet material and styrofoam on the inside that it sits in. And this is a replica of the old WWE Undisputed Championship. This is the version 2, I believe. Let me look here. Yeah, version 2. I have the belts, or the bags behind here. So this one is the bigger one. I believe the version 1 belt is a bit smaller than this one. So this one, I wanted to get the bigger one, but it ended up being a little bit bigger than I thought. So unfortunately, it did not fit into this case. I mean, it fit into the case, but on the shelves here, but it would only fit on one. I was not able to get a second belt beside it. When I first got this case, my plan was to only have one belt on each shelf. But then the more I went along, the more I found more belts that I wanted. So I started collecting more and more belts along the way. So then now I'm at a point where the case is full. And now I have that belt. But now there is at least the current white, or not current, the white Intercontinental Championship that I want to get, and the WWE Spinner Championship that I want to get. That one I actually just ordered today. I'm waiting for them to ship it out. But there's at least that WWE Spinner belt, the Intercontinental belt that's white, and then that belt that I will not be able to put in this case, that I might buy the other case that everybody else has bought, the DTOF, I believe. That is just like where people, they stack like 2 or 3 on top of each other. So, okay, so now I'm going to get into this one. So this one has 2 glass double doors here. You can lock it right here. But even if you lock it, like, these could still open up. So what they did is, I don't know how well you can see this here. Actually, let me just open this door. Okay, so right here they have these little levers. So they slide up and down. I don't know how well you can see that. There's a little latch that slides up and down on the top and the bottom of the door. And so on the inside of the cabinets here, when you slide that up and down, then this door can't open. And then when you close this one, you turn the key to lock it, and then it can't be opened. So the shelf itself, or this whole cabinet itself at Ikea, was $250. So after tax, you're looking at about $270. So that cost about as much as each one of these belts. Each one of these belts, I paid anywhere from $250 to $300 each for them. This belt is the first belt that I got. I'm not going to take them all out because they were a pain to kind of like get them sitting in there just right. And you probably can't see me. Okay, I can't turn the light on, but this belt is the one that I have all my signatures on. I have probably about 13 to 15 different signatures from different wrestlers on there. And then all these other belts I've just been buying one after another over the last couple months. So I'm not going to go over each one of these belts, because if you're a wrestling fan, you already know what each one of these belts are. I will say, though, as far as the Universal Championships go, I wasn't going to get those because I was just thinking, well, I have the WWE one. It's pretty much just that one, just different colors, so I wasn't going to get those. But as I was browsing for belts on eBay, I saw them, and I was just like, okay, what the heck, I'll get them anyway. So, as far as this cabinet, so what I did was, so they have glass panels here all the way around, just like on the sides and the back here. But I wanted all the lights to be focused on the belts and not escape the outside of like the backs and the sides. I didn't want it to be visible from the sides. I wanted all the lights to stay in and be focused on the belts themselves. So what I did was I bought some, it's going to be too hard to see, but this is black velvet material with a sticky back. So they come in a roll. As a matter of fact, let me go get that really quick. Okay, so they come in a roll like this. This is the red velvet one. So I don't know how you could see that, but it's like, it's almost kind of like a roll of sandpaper, but this is actual velvet on here. And then the back of this, you can just peel off, and it's adhesive that you stick right to everything. So I don't have any more of the black left, but that's some of the red roll that I have left. The black, I just stuck to the sides and the backs all the way around. I just rolled it all the way down. Of course, I did have to buy several rolls because only one roll was not enough. And the rolls were probably about $15 a roll. And I think one single roll covered top to bottom. So I used 4 different ones. Well, there's 4 different glass panels. There's one on each side and then 2 in the back. So one roll covered top to bottom and then probably about 1.5 feet of the side. So I think I used about 3 rolls of black total. And then as far as the shelves, these shelves are actually glass shelves too. So I'll show you a little bit of the bottom here. Probably hard to see, but so these shelves are actually glass shelves as well. So what I did with these was, my original thought was thinking these belts were just going to sit on the shelf alone, but I didn't want them to sit on the glass shelves and then like ruin the bottom, like I have seen other belts get ruined like that before too. So then I wanted to get some kind of like velvet blanket material to put on here, but I couldn't find any that looked that good, and I didn't want to try to order it from Amazon and then have it be the wrong thing. And then I was like, but then I have all these shelves to try to cover, so I didn't know how it was going to turn out. So then I decided to go ahead and get the same red velvet material for these shelves. But they're also a little padded too. So what I did was I bought this roll of padding. It's going to be hard to do this with one hand here. So I bought this roll of padding. It's kind of like a sponge material. Not really, but it's like foam on the inside and it's got rubber, and you could cut it to specific sizes. They have different thicknesses. I think I got the thickest one that I could find. It's hard to believe they had one thinner than this, I think. But I'll put links down in the description for every item that I bought. That way, if you want to copy this exact one, you could do it yourself too. But I rolled that out over the whole shelf, and then I got the red velvet, and I folded it underneath all along the shelf to hold that thickness, that padding in place. So right now, when you stand back and you look at it, it looks perfect. But there is certain inconsistencies that I don't care for. Like when you look right here, some of it may be wrinkled, some of it may be uneven in certain places, but I mean, that's okay. When you stand back, you can hardly look at it. Now, as far as the lights, these lights are actual spotlights. They're like little mini spotlights. So they can be adjustable. You can move them around. And then you can stick them to the top with a adhesive pad that they come with, or you could screw them. They come with screws that you could screw right there. There's a screw hole right there, and there's one on the other side. So you could screw them to a surface, or there's these adhesive pads they come with. So I chose the adhesive pads, obviously, because I'm not going to screw through metal, and it's a lot easier. I did have trouble with the wiring, though. So the wiring, see how well you can see that. So the wire back there, I did have to run it and put it behind the glass panel, because there is holes up top here. Let's see, I can't. So you see that hole up top there? It fit, one wire fit through there because they're very thin, but the end connector was barely able to squeeze through there. So one would fit through there, but the others would not fit in there once I had put one in there. So I had to run it all throughout behind the glass panel, which I didn't really care for, but that was the only way to get the lights to work. So the lights alone were, let me see if I can get that perfect again. The lights alone, I believe, were about $50. So they come with 2, 4, 6, 8. So they come with 8. The certain pack that I bought, there is certain ones that you could buy that only has like 4 or 6. And I believe there is a slot on the module box behind there that you could add 2 more lights if I wanted to. And I'm thinking about adding 2 more lights for the top up here, either mounting them to the ceiling or, well, yeah, the ceiling's the only way I'm going to have to mount them. But I didn't know what I was going to put on top of the display case, so this is just how I have it right now. But I do plan on getting the Money in the Bank replica briefcase and possibly putting it up there once I find a better spot to put the WWE Championship. And then I'll buy 2 more of these spotlights and mount them to the ceiling and run the wires back down behind there. So that's what I'm thinking about doing for that. I think that is about it. And then as far as the lights go with Alexa, of course she's going to respond right now. So I just bought these. These right here you could get at Walmart or on Amazon. They're smart plugs. They respond to Google and Alexa, and you could plug it in an outlet, and you could plug anything into them and turn anything into a smart device. They also sell light bulbs that do that too for only like $15 or $20 for a 4-pack, and those also work really good too. So, oh, I almost forgot. So as far as these stands that I have the belts on, these are little plastic stands that are actually made for a like a photo frame or art frame to hold that up. So they're really cheap plastic. I actually did have one pretty much break on me already, but I believe it was this one. But anyway, they're very cheap plastic. They look like they're made to like hold a book up, but I've seen other people on YouTube use the same thing. As you can see right here, here's the top of it. They just fold in half, and then the bottoms just hold like a frame or a picture or something like that. And so I've seen other people on YouTube use this for their belts, so I decided to give it a try. But they are cheap plastic. They're very fragile. And let me just say, make sure you get the right size. These size are probably, I think, they're either 10 inches or 11 inches, something like that. When I first bought them, I didn't pay attention to the size, and I just bought a certain pair off of eBay for $6. And when I came, they were probably like 4 inches. I think they were like this tall, like as tall as this is right here. And they had like little, these things were like, they was the smallest thing ever. It was such a joke that I just ended up throwing them away. So just make sure you get some that are at least 10 to 12 inches big if you're going to go this route. And yeah, if you have any questions, you could go ahead and comment, and I will try to put the links to everything here in the description.